Hello everyone, my name is Jolien Goossens and today I will present to you my PhD project for the coming 4 years. I intend to use those 4 years to understand what moves European sea bass in the southern North Sea. First of all, sea bass is not doing well, and the main reason for that is considered to be overfishing over the past 15 years. Now the European Commission has actually committed to take measures to protect these sea bass stocks. However, a major obstacle to do this, to protect these stocks, is that we very poorly understand these stocks themselves and their fisheries. That's why we need to know more about sea bass spatial dynamics. I will investigate the movement ecology of sea bass in Belgian waters and the southern North Sea in order to provide better management recommendations. First of all, I'm investigating the habitat use in Belgian waters. So when are these sea bass here? Where are they exactly? How resident are they to certain areas? And do these sea bass come back after their seasonal migrations? Next, I want to have a look at these seasonal migrations. So what sea bass tends to do is they feed in summer along coasts and estuaries, but when the temperatures get colder, they go to offshore areas to spawn. Now I'm interested to see where they exactly go, where these migrations take them. Finally, I want to link these patterns in movement to patterns in exploitation from fisheries data. The main technique I use for this research in movement ecology is electronic tagging. In 2018, we started tagging fish with acoustic data storage tags. And this is a new type of tag. And what this tag does is, first of all, it transmits an acoustic signal, and this signal can be picked up by an acoustic receiver. It's a unique signal that can be picked up. Secondly, this tag itself also stores data on the tag. So when we recover these tags, and people can get rewards when they return these tags to us, we can access data on depth and temperature. This gives a lot of information about small-scale behavior, movement behavior, but also allows to reconstruct migration trajectories. The new thing about this tag type is that it combines these two data types in one tag, which gives a lot of opportunities to fine-tune analyses of both data types, but also allows to fill in a lot of data gaps. And then for my last slide, I would like to share some of the first results with you of the acoustic detections. So in 2018, we tagged 41 fish, of which 28 were detected. In this map, you can see the Belgian LiveWatch acoustic receiver network. So every dot here will represent a receiver, and the bigger dots are the receivers where sea bass was actually detected. To make your interpretation more easy, I divided this into 5 colors, so we can have a look at the detections up until now. So here you see detections over time. Every line here will represent an individual fish. The first data point is the tagging event, and after that you can see the detections. The first thing you can see from this graph is that there's a lot of individual variability between all these fish. Some sea bass were detected hundreds, thousands of times, where others were not detected at all, or only a few times. A second thing that you can see from these detected fish, at least, is that most of these seem to have stuck a bit around the area where they were tagged. Especially for the red zone here, the majority of these fish in red were tagged within the port of Bredene and were repeatedly detected again at one receiver within that port. Even if those fish would take an excursion to somewhere else, to the west coast, for example, a lot of those would even return later to the same receiver in Bredene. Finally, something you can see from this graph is that the last detections of these fish were in November 2018, so in November. So after November, we did not see any of those fish within the range of this acoustic receiver network. Now, these data are far from ripe for big conclusions. It's only 1 year of tagging data, and as it's only my 3rd month of PhD, I do not have any fancy statistics to show you yet, but I hope to keep you updated in the coming years. Thank you.